Like, what made you start up this event known as Ballin' for Peace?
Ballin' for Peace came from the whole Mike Brown and Eric Gardner situation. I saw like a lot of violence going on, and like senseless violence. Like it was a weird time. Like 5 years ago, it was like weird. Like police choking dudes out and like
it was a lot.
What's going on? And then nothing happened.
Getting worse too.
Yeah, it is getting worse.
It's insane.
Shout out to my DR friends, but I'm not about to go to DR. It's clip for that.
Nah, you know what's crazy? I was dead supposed to go there for my vacation that I had in Cancun.
It was a blessing.
But I'm glad I ain't go there because they're expensive.
No, like
they mad expensive.
And they're really wilding. I think they're trying to prove a point.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Have the hair.
Like, yo, you come here, you about to get murked. That's it. Like, that's it.
So we ain't going there.
I'm not. I'm def not going.
I'm not going. Sorry.
So I'm over there in a hotel in Cancun, the Rio de Mar. That's what it's called. You feel me? I'm over there, feet cocked up, chilling, pina colada again. I was on that pina colada.
Now I'm gonna say you've been drinking a lot of pina colada.
And then I'm hearing this on the news.
Yeah.
I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to feel?
Yeah.
You know, I'm away right now. You got guys coming up to you with drinks like, hey, papi, take this. I'm like, yo, how the hell, what am I supposed to feel?
Take this.
You know what I'm saying? As soon as we get in the hotel, hey, papi, you know?
That's funny.
I'm like, yo, can I put my luggage upstairs first? You coming to me?
Head over to YouTube and make sure you subscribe to The Real Lil TV for more videos to come. Also, in order to receive more updates, go over to Instagram and follow What's Your Grind Like at WYGL _podcast on the gram. And for business inquiries, please DM us what your grind is going to
be. All right. Welcome back. You're tuning in to another episode of the What's Your Grind Like podcast, a podcast dedicated to promoting businesses and talents across the city while giving our takes on the hottest and juicy topics in the news right now. Follow our Instagram at WYGL _podcast and our individual Instagrams. They call me Jen with 2 N's _
They call me, I'm about to say they call me Real Lil. It's real.lil _ So you got me saying they call me
my fault,
real.lil _ and real _ Lil TV is the radio page. Check me out.
And you can catch me on Instagram at Melanie with 2 N's _ Allure on Instagram as well.
All right. I mean, when you dealing with hip hop, pop culture, and all that, you know we get topics every day. Yeah. Breaking news, news just. I think some of the news sometimes be staged, if I'm really being honest with you, because if it wasn't, what would we talk about for 2 hours or an hour?
Nah, I feel you.
So one of the news, and we got breaking news right now, is this Cardi B situation. As you know, it said that she has been indicted by a grand jury on multiple charges, about like 14 counts or whatever, including 2 felonies in connection with a brawl at a New York strip club. What's your thoughts on this?
So wait, she was a stripper?
Yeah.
At this time?
No.
Well, not at this
time.
This
was just last year.
This was last year.
Oh.
I mean, honestly, I do agree that she, people would just be wanting money. I don't know if it's just the whole thing where it's okay, this whole thing is going up a year later, but you know how the courts work, everything takes over a year or so. But I just think people be wanting money. I don't know the whole story and how it started, so that could be a determining factor in the whole situation of how it started. Did she throw the bottle first, or did they start with her? Because once you get famous, these people from the hood still want to pick on you because it's just they have this vendetta against you. So it's just I don't know if they had something against her prior and it was just we want to pick on Cardi B because that's Cardi B.
I don't even remember anything going around last year about Cardi B in a fight.
Me either.
That's why I'm looking at it wait, was she was it her stripper days or what?
This must have been something that was she knew about it. She had charges that she didn't take, so it probably was under the rug, but she knew about it. Yeah. But we as a public didn't know about it till now, until it's an indictment or whatever. But basically on the article it says that police say on August 29th, her and her posse was arguing with a bartender in which a fight broke out, which resulted in chairs, bottles, and hookah pipes being thrown across the club.
And we didn't hear about this.
Causing minor injuries and stuff like that to an employee and a bartender. So there's 14 charges, including misdemeanor, recklessness endangerment, criminal solidation, conspiracy harassment, and assault.
I'm sorry. This is not funny, but.
It's just crazy how
just,
like all these names that they be coming up with.
Yeah,
that's why we're looking at you
like what? You know what I'm saying? Like all these names, like Combination, Abomination,
it's like,
Obama, Wonder Nation.
I'm not getting it. Like I'm really not getting it.
I was just like, what are we talking? A fight? Was this just a fight?
It's
a
fight.
Come up with anything. I'm not that I would be in that predicament, but I'll be like, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? But what I would say is that, though, if we talking about an indictment, what she should be indicted for or whatever, is though that comment that she made about drugging men, if we want to get technical.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it's not even just a comment. It's more than a comment because she did it.
She did it, yeah. She basically said, this is what I did and this is what has to be done. And
exactly.
I encourage it, and it's just like, that's not okay.
To the young females
exactly.
that watch this girl.
And knowing there's young females watching her.
And that's what the whole thing that gets me mad with, like, society where a lot of things are double standard. And I always, like, talk about it because I'm just like, at the end of the day, like, I don't care. Like, I want the same charges to come against a woman. Like, I want that same energy I put towards men towards women because somebody told me this before and I got like a little offended, but then I was like, right, so I can't really get offended. They was just like, so you always y'all girls always be like, oh yeah, we want equality, so I'm giving you the equality that you want, and I was like, not like that. So like, relax,
calm down.
Like, in that sense, I was like, relax, but I was just like, you know what, we do be like, we want equality, we want equity, and it's just like, in certain cases they let some of that brush off at them. Like, she said it towards the public, and I thought that was what the charges was for her, like, drugging these men and doing whatever. But some people was like, when you wanna have sex late at night and you call these people to your house to, like, get your freak on or whatever, like, basically, like, you asking for it. Somebody said that, and I was like, okay, I don't think they're asking to get robbed and drugged.
I'm not asking to get drugged and robbed. Like, who does that?
Want something else.
Who would go to Cardi B and be like, Cardi B, drug me, rob me, please me, tease me? No, it's not happening.
Exactly. So that's why I was just like, I don't want to say like they asked for it. I'm not even gonna add a
That's like asking to get shot. Yo, brother, shoot me. Like, no, ain't nobody go asking for that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's like, oh, if you end up at that party, you're asking to get shot. Like, no, I'm asking to have fun, but like,
I'm at a party to
start
have fun.
shooting.
Exactly.
So that's not my problem. But it's like, this world is very double standard,
but
and I don't like it.
A lot of people was comparing that to Bill Cosby situation.
Yeah, everyone
is similar, but it's I don't know how many men she done drugged or whatever, but with Bill Cosby, it was a plethora. It was a lot.
But this is what I'm saying, though. It's just like, if it was Bill Cosby coming out and saying this, he would have been in jail anyway.
Yeah.
Even though he's in jail right now, regardless.
Yeah.
Whether it was a woman saying it or him saying it.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I used to do this back in the day. They would have been out his front door right now.
Yeah.
So, it shows you the double standard it is for women, men, across the board. So, maybe, she getting karma's coming her way in a way.
I just leave that between the person and God. That ain't my business.
Yeah,
that ain't,
that's
when it comes to karma and revenge, I'm like, let go, let God, because I ain't gonna handle that. Nope, not me.
Well, she got a lot of issues right now, and we'll see what happens. But for the young people that's out there listening to Cardi B, I would want her to set a better example, simply because my niece be listening to Cardi B all the time.
How old is she?
She's 13. She's about to turn 13 in a couple weeks, in 2 weeks.
She's young.
Yeah, she's young. They coming at them young.
I'm like, it starts around that age bracket, because at that age you get exposed to a lot.
Hello,
my little sister, she's 11, and she knows a lot about
Balenciaga. I want to wear Balenciaga.
She knows a lot about a lot.
I'm like, how do you know about that? And I'm talking to her. I'm like, yo, how old are you? Because I'm 21 and you 11. But I feel like we on the same level per se, and it's just like, am I the young one or is she the old? I don't know. Social media and school teaches a lot, because like I didn't get social media until like late high school, and I was gonna say 6th grade. I had my Facebook.
I got my Facebook 11th grade, and I got my Instagram first year of college at Cortland.
Ooh,
I got my social media so late, but my mom was like, she tried to get me to talk. And I was like, Mom, why? She was like, because I rather tell you than for you to learn at school. I literally go to school and I was learning about science and stuff, and sex at the same time from my friends.
Friends.
And like people in your school, because 9 times out of 10, the people that was in your class was like 17 years old. So they was like, well, like full on experience.
And it's just like they're like the backgrounds that they were raised from, you know, like,
yeah,
you know, sometimes like kids are like grow up into that, you know, environment in that household. So it's just like sometimes it's not even their fault. Like they're just, auntie do it, so you know it's okay that auntie do it. You know, mommy be talking about auntie do this, that, and third. Like, you know, so they're just like used to it. But it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah,
something going
kids,
on, and
kids,
I don't know.
They, you know, they do what they see.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes they be knowing though. They be like,
like, how you gonna beat me for being you? Like,
no,
you know
you're
what I'm
right.
saying?
You're right. But that's like, it's just like they learn so much. But like we said, like social media teaches a lot. And like I said, I got my social media very late. But like I always went to school and they telling me everything that they seen on like
basically got caught up.
Facebook. They be like, you know, she was on the stairwell, blah, blah. Y'all know those stories. And it's just
Amber
like
Cole.
people was getting famous off of this stuff. Like the stuff that our parents try to protect us from and try to teach us the right way, we learning on social media very differently. And not just social media, like the songs that we listen to.
Songs, yeah.
Like, it's just flat out like the
It's there.
Yeah.
Even like the album cover, like it's there.
Yeah.
Like everything is just
and
there.
Sometimes I'll be listening to like albums and then like I'll be reading something and then like I read the comments and I'm looking at the album cover and I'm like, whoa, like that's really the cover. Like,
yeah,
Tyga's like, I want to say Kyoto, something like that.
It's a tiger, right?
It's a girl with her like butt
I
up
saw that.
and her face down and she has like tiger stripes on. Yeah. So I never really paid attention to somebody who was like, yo, like he's basically like explicitly like, you know, what's the word I'm like? What is the word I'm looking for?
You want to say degrading woman?
Yes. So it's just like he used the album cover as that way, but me, I'm just bopping to the songs, like not even paying attention to it.
Well, what happens when women degrade themselves? If we want to get technical, we all know about the video vixens. We all know about the Cardi B drugging men and admitting that she used to do.
We set up in that class, you know, in hip hop culture class.
I mean, that's a whole different topic.
That is
I mean, we could have a whole show dedicated.
Yeah, video vixen is a whole thing. So for y'all that did not see it, it is on YouTube. Y'all can go check out.
And I had to write a 7-page paper on video vixens.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for letting me waste time to have a write a 7-page paper on that. You know,
I mean,
you don't blame men in some type of way, form a little bit.
Brothers gonna be brothers,
but you don't.
Don't use that. I'm sorry.
Black men don't cheat.
And stop. No, we're not doing that today. We are not doing that today.
It's a whole week. We gotta let that go.
Listen, you don't think like men kind of.
That was a good time to bring it up.
It was, but no.
See you again. Exactly.
But I want to say, you don't think like men kind of like influence us?
That's like going to a robber
and
saying rob me and be tight that you got robbed.
Okay.
Hello, silence.
I mean, like I get your analogy, but I'm just like trying to.
But it's just like, what about the guys that be like, oh, I like my yellow bone chick, and like I want her to have this, and I want her to have that, and like, you know.
Then he gonna get what he asked.
But look, no, pay attention to this, right? All these men.
Back me up, Mel. Come
look,
on.
all these men.
Let's bring it on.
I don't know whose side
y'all watch it. Bring it on.
When I say this, I don't know whose side I'm probably siding with you, but it's just the simple fact that they basically like. All right, so I was watching the 85 South show, like comedy show. It's like a podcast, but it's like, you know, they have their comedy special, and they were just saying like, as men, we don't want all of that. Like, we don't. If we want all of that, it got to be real. But if it ain't real, don't go get it done. Don't go put extra or anything like that. But then when you listen to the songs, it's like, this is what they want. But look at their girlfriend and wives. It's nothing. Let's take Chris Brown as a prime example. Karrueche does not have.
He about to have another kid.
Karrueche is petite.
Okay.
Karrueche was petite. At the time he was dating Rihanna, she was slim. Now she done got thick when she left him. But when she was with him, she was slim. Karrueche is still petite. Karrueche don't have that much breast. She don't have that much booty. She don't have that much hips. But this is what he's explicitly put in his songs. Like, I want my girl to have, you know, big breasts, you know, big butt, wide
and then
hips.
Guys are like agreeing, like, yeah, Chris, I want that too.
What if his brother didn't find what he wanted?
All these people getting their work done. You telling me he didn't find what he wanted?
Maybe he didn't find what he wanted.
He didn't, but you know what he settled for? The opposite. So I'm confused why you still preaching this in your song and you keep selling them for the same women.
Don't promote it, man.
Exactly.
Listen, I always say this.
I'm just saying. I'm just look at their girls. Just take a good look at their girls.
I mean, to be honest with you, Karrueche don't look that bad.
No, she's a very pretty girl.
So maybe that settled the differences or the weaknesses.
Yeah, it's just like she was
beautiful. Rihanna. I mean, you want to talk about the woman that Chris Brown dating? We can get into that because Rihanna, please, Rihanna, you can hit my DMs any day. All right, Karrueche, all them. Come on, even the girl she dating now. Chris Brown don't date no ugly girl now. We ain't talking about Buffy the Vampire Slayer now.
I mean,
so we want to get technical.
Yes, he don't date any ugly women, but
you won't catch him dating with Sputia or something like
that. But the same thing, it's like they say they want a pretty face and all this other
long hair don't care.
Boom boom.
That's why some girls get bundles.
Listen, man,
it's a lot to all right, we're not bashing Chris Brown. We're just using him as a prime example. But all these rappers are prime examples. Like, I would use G Herbo. You see Ari, she has, his ex-girlfriend at the time. She had a big butt.
It was real.
Was it?
No, it was real. Someone said, no, it was real.
So it was real.
No, it was real. It looked real.
She's pretty.
It moved real.
One.
Sometimes you can't tell what's real and what's not real. There's some people out here that I'm thinking
I think it's real.
They guys, so I'm giving them dap and they whole females. I mean, I'm like, I don't want to get too deep with that because I want my video to get taken down. But that's true. Like, there's guys that I went up to giving them dap, having a whole male conversation. Come to find out, they hey, how you doing? Like, nah. I mean, you can't tell what's real and what's not real.
You can't. So that's why it's like a little hard. But then I'm just saying, like, his ex-girlfriend, she had big breasts, she had a big butt, and then he settled for a girl that's like
beautiful.
She's beautiful. Both of them are beautiful to me. I don't know. Maybe I see the beauty in everybody, but she's beautiful. Both of them are beautiful to me.
I'm about to be on my mic.
But then I don't know if it was her attitude or like they toxic. I'm
gonna bring up a line for Mike Apps Friday after next.
Bring it.
All right. It's not your booty. It's your beauty.
But then
Simple.
It's just like end of this
conversation.
But then in his songs, I'm quite sure he done preached about the big butt, the big breast, and then you settle for something that's not that. Then you got all these women out here thinking that this is what they have to go do. They feel like they have to please a man to get a man.
That's why they in the problem that they are today.
Because of y'all men.
And then y'all want to blame it on the men, but we men have our own mind.
We're not gonna blame it on you guys, but y'all have
own mind.
Let's just say y'all have a heavy influence. We're not gonna blame you.
That's what I said. I don't think you guys are
part
of the problem. You guys are part of the problem.
It's a good conversation for the guys and girls that's gonna be watching this.
I feel bad because you are the only guy holding it down right now.
We're on the same team.
Listen, I can hold it down with I can hold it down with a whole universe. I know what I speak. You feel me?
I'm speaking for
the fellas out here. You know I defended the fellas on the last show.
Yeah, we know.
Don't cheat. All right, I can do it again.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna do it again because it's a different episode. We ain't going that way.
We got you.
But anyway, this is another thing that I want to get into right now because around this time last year we lost Triple X. XXX
around this time, yo.
Everything is crazy,
and it's just it felt like no funny like 4 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And 4 days from now will mark 10 years since we also lost the King of Pop.
Yeah, I remember that day.
I'm really still stuck on 10.
So this brings up the discussion that I want to have right now. Where were you when these famous people died?
I remember.
Let's hear it.
All right, so when Micheal Jackson died, I was at camp. So I was at it was like so I used to go to church. Crazy. I used to go to church and I was part of this group called like the Pathfinders. So every summer we would go to camp and like we were setting up our tents and everything. We was getting ready for supper and somebody was like, "Yo, Micheal Jackson died." So I'm like, what? I'm like, that's impossible. He can't die. It's Micheal Jackson. Like, they were like, no, like, he died. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And then, like, when I came back home, like, I'm looking on social media. I'm like, oh, like, he died. And then, like, my friend, like, she was a fan. And she was, like, bawling in class. She was crying, like, oh, my God, Micheal Jackson said. I'm just like, wow. And that was my first, like, celebrity death. Because, like, like, Tupac, Biggie, whatever. But, like, Micheal Jackson was, like, my first, like, oh, my God, like, he was here and like he's gone.
Yeah,
like, that is just crazy and like it really impacted like half of the world. Like
some people, I thought I heard stories like some people was like killing themselves, like they committed suicide.
Nah, I believe that
because he had
I believe that.
It was crazy.
I can see that too.
But
I
then,
believe
like, that. Because like with me, I was like also like at camp. First of all, every day at camp we was watching. No, I wasn't at camp yet. I was coming back from somewhere and we was listening to the radio and they was like, Micheal Jackson, he's in critical condition. So when we got home, we instantly turned on 106 in Park. and we watched them unfold the news with us. And I'm literally watching 106 in Park like it's the news. So like they was like, we just got news he's in like Terrence and Roxy was like so sad. They was like, you know, we just got news that, you know, he's in cardiac arrest. Like I hope we could pray for him. And then they was just like back to this number of something video. And then it was like they came back and it was like still haven't got an update. We gonna go on break. Then they came back from break, and then they was like, just got news that Micheal Jackson passed away. So me and my sister was like, nah, this is too fast. This not real. So we instantly turned to Channel 5, and it was there. And like, I'm like, this is the first time I'm watching like somebody death unfold like in front of my face. It was just so weird that you watch this like unfold right in front of you. Like, it's crazy, like you said, like it's crazy. Like we didn't get to experience the Biggie or Tupac, but also with like Nipsey too.
Yeah,
like you watched it do this.
Yeah,
but and it did it like this
before the Nipsey. Before that, you know, I remember I was with my mom with the Micheal Jackson death, and I was in the car. We was on the way to the mall.
Yeah.
So on the radio, what was it? 10-10 wins. Or whatever.
Okay.
10-10 wins.
Yeah, facts.
So we was listening to 10-10 wins, and it came up that he was in court, he was about to go to the hospital or something. Like he had some heart issues. Whatever. So I'm thinking, you know, something minor. He gonna make it. You know, whatever. So we get to the mall, and then we did our shopping. We go to the register, and we see this girl break it down. Micheal Jackson died. Micheal Jackson died. Ah! Like screaming her head off. I mean, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, she was crying, screaming her head off, telling her co-workers. I mean, they stopped and work. I mean, you had a girl with, like, thousands of groceries. They didn't even care. Like, they was like, you know, you bring it up. Like, right now, I got to focus on this Micheal Jackson. Like, it was just crazy.
No, like, it really
I thought the mall was going to riot.
A lot of people. I didn't even realize how much impact Micheal Jackson had. It's just like, yeah. And then, you know what's crazy? After his death, I started like listening to him more and more. I'm like, all them
documentaries.
I'm like, yo,
all them documentaries on MTV and all that.
The question: did This Is It come out? No, This Is It came out right before.
Oh, I think it came out before.
Nah, This Is It came out after.
Really?
It had to come out after.
No, because the song came out.
The song came out.
Because I sung "This Is It" for my graduation. It was like, "This is it."
Yo, it was crazy. Like, I was watching straight Micheal Jackson, like, videos. I'm like, yo, this dude is really it. Like,
so y'all did the same thing, too? Because when I was at camp, we literally watched all, like, 20 DVDs of his concert. And I got tired. I was like, every day, all day, every day, we watching Micheal Jackson. Y'all, could we go outside and play, please? Like, I'm sorry.
Nah, that was...
Yo, Micheal Jackson,
that death was OD.
You realize his fan... To me...
His fan base was old.
There was nobody famous than him. In his world, like nobody more famous than Micheal Jackson. Yeah. Nobody, like in history.
Like, you right. You couldn't touch him for real.
You really couldn't. Like he, like
girls and that's why, passing
and that's why I didn't believe his death. I'm like, there's no way Micheal Jackson is dead. Like it's Micheal Jackson.
They felt like they felt about that like with Tupac too.
Okay,
they was like Tupac. He got shot. Like he ain't dying. Like he's.
We still.
But like,
let me say, we ain't gonna get into conspiracy theories, but
don't come over here with the Cubans.
I was just about to say,
don't come over here with that Cuban.
I wasn't gonna say it.
Nah, but yo, with Micheal, like girls is passing out in concerts. And then in the call the other day, I was with my dad who's in the building. We was listening to a radio show, WBLS or whatever. And some girl was called up. I guess it was some topic. If you had to listen to somebody for the rest of your life, and it had to be that one person who would you listen to. People called up, said various artists. One person was like the biggest Micheal Jackson fan, and she was like, "Listen, I eat, breathe, sleep Micheal." And then she was in a relationship with somebody. And then as soon as the brother like said something bad about Micheal, like he's a child molester, she broke up with him. They was married. They went right. She was like, "Listen, I'm going to
she got a whole divorce.
You got a whole divorce the next day after that.
Divorce take a long time, so she really.
Well, she was ready to beat it.
That's not.
She was ready to beat it. All right. That was it.
No,
that was your best
Billie
one.
Jean is not my lover.
Nah, that was your best one. The beat it one was the best one.
That's gonna be a highlight too when we run the clip.
I can't.
Facts. I'm gonna have to. Hopefully, I don't get taken for copyright. I'm gonna have Micheal Jackson saying "beat it." Just after that, watch. You're gonna see when the video go up.
R.I.P.
No.
R.I.P. to the king of pop, bro.
Yeah.
Wow, 10 years though.
That's
like
shocking me right now. Like I'm
it's
like
20. Oh, it did happen 2009.
Yeah, 10 years.
10 years.
Wow.
I'm still stuck.
My little sister was 2 years old.
Oh, so she really didn't get to experience
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we didn't get to experience like.
But
the
we
Michael
got like
Jackson
we got the last part
because
of him.
he started slowing down.
Like, oh yeah, he
his
did.
Prime was not like the 80s.
Yeah, 80s. Yeah.
The thrillers, the beatings,
all of that.
the remember the times, the choreography,
all of that. Chris Tucker, all of them, all of that.
You out my world.
I love that song. That's right. Oh, I love that song.
Me and my sister always laugh because it's like this one part, and me and my sister always.
I love Chris Tucker, like, so it's just like it was perfect.
Was you when you was young? Was you confused like myself on how he was black? Like his skin changes. Yeah. Like I was like
everybody was like he drank bleach or something.
How you drink bleach?
Somebody was like,
how do you drink bleach?
Like, somebody was like, oh my god, he drank bleach, like, and then like he turned white. So I'm thinking every time there's bleach, somebody gonna turn white.
So this was the confusion with me. They was saying, all right. So one, they was like he bleached his skin, and two, they was like he had vitiligo, so he just went all white.
I think the second one is the real one.
Some people just say like he hated being
but
black.
Nobody.
Oh yeah, that
like
one.
The struggles of being black.
Yeah.
You don't get to Lavar Ball.
But then
struggles of being black
seen
in
the
America.
Transition of vitiligo, so that's why I couldn't see it because it was like. At least with vitiligo, you see the different patches. We didn't see anything.
Yeah, he was black,
and then he was white. There was no transition. With
it doesn't matter if you black or white.
Oh my god!
Yo, we in Michael Jackson.
Nah,
I'm about to
you
just be
are
singing
killing
Michael
it.
Jackson. Like, nah, Michael Jackson. What? That's my favorite artist. Nobody touching Michael. Nobody.
That's why I said
I
there's no way
his
died,
videos is like movies. Like I just
yeah.
I need that same energy to be put back into
like Thriller
Arts,
and all that.
yeah.
Oh my god.
That was remember, Thriller needs to be. Oh, it needed to be a movie. And then remember the time. Oh
yeah.
He was
disrespectful.
Okay, wait. That video is like 13 minutes long.
Yes, but did you ever watch the video and realize how disrespectful Michael is?
He was.
How you
Michael
come up,
ain't no
no.
People
How
say
you
Michael
come
Jackson
up in,
soul.
Yeah, he was
how
like.
you come up in the palace and tell the king, yo, I remember the time with your wife. How you are rude.
It's Michael.
Yo, that's how you know
Michael.
he the king of pop.
He was.
He's the king of everything. He can say that to anybody. He can say that to any man in the street, and they be like, "Okay, Michael."
But this is the thing. They watched him put on a flash mob, break down the whole thing, and sung his heart out. Veins popping out the chest and ears and all of that.
And he killed it.
Thank you.
And he looked good doing it.
What the king do? He sat there.
He had no choice.
He just sat
if
there.
I was the king, I'd have been like, you know what?
Keep her.
I can't do that. You could take her. She laughing and giggling, and you can have her because whatever. That's it.
Be on my offset, y'all won. Like for real.
Exactly.
Like just take it because he was the audacity. Yo,
he could do that. It was Michael.
Michael could have pretty much did whatever he wanted.
Facts.
I mean,
he did whatever.
King of Pop
he
for
wanted.
sure. Nobody touching him. To me, greatest entertainer of all time.
He was great.
Number one. You know, I didn't get to experience the Tupac and Biggie death. I was in my mama's stomach. That's why I experienced it because I was starting to develop. You know,
Tupac died in
I'm not a
96.
science person.
I was definitely not there. I wasn't even an egg in 96. I was born 98. I was nothing.
She wasn't even an egg.
Nothing.
You was a thought.
Maybe.
Well, another thing is too. I know Biggie. Like, well, I ain't gonna get into all that right now. But X, since this is around his time.
Yeah, I remember.
I found out on Instagram.
I found
All
out.
of us found
yeah,
out on
Facebook, Instagram. I found out on Facebook.
Actually, I was on the social media break for like a
You
month.
was on your
You
social
were,
media.
yeah. You were.
I was on a cleanse. That cleanse felt amazing.
I want
My
to do
friend
that.
texted me. She was like, "Yo, XXX died." I said, "Wait, XXX." First of all, I love saying his name. I'm like XXX Tentacion. Like for real.
Wait, I'm sorry. You remember when Micheal called him? Nah, I can't do that.
Nah, I know somebody
RP.
I know somebody that calls him XX Temptation.
I was so
Like,
no.
what?
When he first came out, I was like, "Yo, how you say it?" And then he said it. He was like Tentacion. I was like, "See, I like it. I'm gonna say it all the time. I'm saying it all the time now. So every time they be like, "Yeah, X," I'm like, "No, XXX Tentacion." Like I be going.
What did that even mean?
I have no clue, but that whole situation, it annoyed me.
And she really thinking right now.
I'm sorry. I was trying to figure out what language. It could have been Spanish, and something.
That look like French.
I was thinking it could have.
And it look mixed with like Japanese.
All right. Oh my god.
It could have been a combination of a lot, to be honest.
Facts.
But he's X.
That's almost like you having a possession.
Nah, I think it probably came from anime. You know,
Probably.
he was
You
heavy
said
on
Annabelle?
anime.
I about to say horror movie.
No, I think it came from anime. I had to because his child is named after like an anime. First of all, it's lit, but it's hard.
Oh, now that y'all bringing that up, I think I know where it came from. It came from one of them last Airbender cartoon characters. Now it's coming to me.
I think
Avatar?
It did.
Yeah, like something. I heard something about that, like Avatar, whatever.
Maybe
Last
he was
Airbender.
He was heavy on anime.
Yeah, he was.
I believe that.
And you
Nah,
saw
he
like
was.
his wallpapers and stuff like that. His like.
I didn't see his
music.
wallpaper, but his child is named after like an anime.
Yeah,
character.
I think that's what.
So
it
that's
came
why I was
from.
like,
Yeah.
okay, it makes
Made sense.
Like,
See, we connected.
he
We
look-
detectives too on the show. We can come and we
First of all, we don't need no research. You know, just small little research and just piece together a
exactly.
bunch
Just
of
a, little,
puzzles.
just a little evidence. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Just a little evidence, and then we off the residence. You get what I'm saying?
Don't
That
come
was
after us
bars
though, because we
first.
out to Cuba. No, let me stop.
You in this Cuba?
Stop. I want to go to Cuba though.
You don't tell them where we go.
I'm not. I lied.
We
Not
just
Yeah, you
Cuba.
don't tell them where we go. Now they gonna
You
look
just
for us in
flee the
Cuba.
country.
Hey,
You
you
know,
just
where I'm
flee.
at.
You
Like
just flee.
Tupac.
Be like I'm not.
Sorry, I had he got tight. Look.
Listen, man.
I mean,
Come on.
I,
You really?
you know what? I ain't no FBI agent, so you know what? I'm gonna leave that.
Sorry.
leave that alone.
I'm sorry. Continue.
People watching will be shaking their head when they see this come out.
You know what? They might disagree, to be honest. But you,
Y'all, yo. Anyway,
I'm sorry. Yeah.
shout out to all those people we lost. Tupac, Biggie, Nipsey. Listen, I can't say all the names because we're gonna have to.
Yeah.
2 hours later,
Yeah.
Whitney Houston, da da da.
Oh yeah. Y'all remember Whitney Houston? Where were y'all?
Oh
In
yeah,
my
that's another
room,
one.
in my house.
I was at church, cause I used to go to church. I was setting up a banquet, and they were like, "Yo, Whitney Houston died." I said, "What?"
Why they sounded like mad
First of
excited?
all-
Yo, Whitney Houston
You
died.
are always in the house of the
Yeah,
Lord.
I was with the
Wait,
Lord when everyone died. It was just crazy, but I was just like, "There's no way." Like,
Yeah.
she's Whitney Houston. How? Like,
Yeah.
this is crazy.
It's
That was crazy.
Whitney.
You know what's crazy? Now that we talking about celebrity deaths and stuff like that, and where he was, I didn't really see a lot of people talk about Prince like that. I felt like Prince
Yeah.
didn't get that much love to me.
Wait.
Maybe I was.
Oh no!
like,
Wait, he did
not to me. Not on some like.
for like a week. Yeah.
And then it brushed.
I don't know,
brushed it
maybe
off.
not.
It's
I
crazy to the point I be forgetting.
I
he's
forgot.
dead.
I was about to
People
say
don't
he
mention
died.
Prince like that.
Like you be like,
then I
oh,
remembered,
you
yeah.
be like, oh yeah, we know Michael died, we know when, but we dead. They had something on the news. I was like, yo, I forgot he died.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I
it's
just-
kind of bad that it's
He
like
died
that.
mad weird to me.
How he
Like,
died again
Prince.
from a
It
cold or
was-
something?
It was.
How you died from a cold?
It was sus. That
It probably was something like that though. It was
I
so.
forgot.
It was
Nah,
weird.
when
forgot.
these celebrities be passing away, it be sus. I
Oh, they
couldn't
was
think-
saying how he was trying to get out the Illuminati.
Oh, you and this
See?
daggone conspiracy. We on S Street Media here, man. Come on.
That's what they was saying. He was trying to get
Listen,
out, and then they were like,
I don't compare. I don't
Bye.
know about that.
Yeah, wait, yeah.
I just read a lot of like little articles.
Chemtrails. He was talking about chemtrails, but let's moving on. I had to throw a little juice out there. LeVar Ball. I want to get to some LeVar Ball. We done with the celebrity, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
done.
We done with that? All right, let's get into let's get into
we
LeVar
good.
Ball. He made some, interesting, I would say, remarks. On First Take, basically right now, ESPN has no plan to bring him back after the following comments was made. So Molly Qerim, who's a broadcaster on First Take, wanted to switch a topic. She was like, "Can we switch gears for a minute?" Meaning, can we change topics?
Yeah.
And LeVar Ball was like, we can switch gears anytime. So that resulted in ESPN potentially banning him from coming on. So I want to know y'all thoughts, being a female and taking like both sides, but from a female's perspective. What you think about this situation?
I think okay, so I'm just gonna say why I think ESPN reacted the way they did. Because everything you do is sometimes not always what you say is how you say it. Because like
The tone.
that comment can mean anything.
Anything.
But it depends if you coming from a flirtatious standpoint or if you really like, all right, I can switch gears with you anytime. Like somebody could say that in a beefing kind of way. Like we could switch gears
Get it
anytime.
anytime.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So it's always in how you say, like it's always how you say it rather than what you say. And I think that was the problem here. Honestly, I'm on the fence with this one. Like I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't know how to take it.
Well, me working in sports, I would have brushed it off.
I'm going to bring that up in a second because this is exactly why I wanted to bring it up. I'm going to touch on you in a second. But real quick, what I think about it is, listen, man, what else was he saying? She said, can we switch gears? The brother said we can switch gears. Why are we acting like he, come on, like, really?
Because I'm gonna be honest, society is very sensitive.
It is sensitive. It is. But he's a comedian. At the same time, he's a loudmouth comedian. So, of course,
they didn't see it's going to be.
Listen, if it was... shout out my guy, Stephen A., who was right next to him when he said that. Gave him a look. But if it was Stephen A. Smith... with him making all that money for ESPN, you think they would have potentially banned him off of that comment?
No.
Because he's supposed to be the highest paid person on ESPN or something like that.
He's a walking meme. Bro.
Yeah, literally.
Nah.
Like they're not
that
gonna throw all
was
that
a
money
perfect
away
way
for
to
him.
describe him, because if he would walk into the room, I would probably laugh.
Yeah,
literally.
Just because it's him and it's his face.
Exactly.
Like, it's crazy.
Exactly. So they're not gonna throw all that money away. You know what I'm saying? Like
LaVar
Ball went ghost. But like a couple months, ESPN didn't need him. So basically, now we give you a reason to not need you. Yeah. Basically. So they want to do that.
If they didn't really need him, why did they call him in the first place?
Because they was talking about a trade, like where his son got traded to the Pelicans from the Lakers. Yeah. And that blockbuster trade that I'm getting to my second show with my dad, like Father Like Son edition 2, the real little show 2 into that. Word. But thank you for the word. You feel me? Put the exclamation point. But yo, that's what I'm saying. Like he's an entertainer.
Yeah.
So, he said things with a little sarcasm, obviously.
It's LaVar.
But it's LaVar Ball. We not talking about the Pope.
He's dramatic.
Ryan.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's LaVar Ball, the entertainer.
Yeah.
The ESPN, they went overboard.
And like with ESPN, I feel like they probably are trying to protect their brand, their image. And
also, you got to think about it. Jalen Rose, who's also on ESPN, and has the strong ties, is dating Molly. So I guess it's more like
the lady.
They married, yeah.
Oh,
they married. I didn't know they were married. I know they were dating. I just thought they were married.
Marriage.
So
I really thought I had a chance for.
It's almost like I'm looking at it from this perspective, right? Let's say we in a fraternity, and you mess with somebody in my fraternity, we all gonna come after you. So he said something to her in her fraternity with Jalen Rose in that fraternity known as ESPN, and knowing that she's dating Jalen Rose, you mess with somebody in our fraternity, we gonna get you out of there. That's how I looked at it.
So you think Jalen Rose has a part in him leaving?
No, I'm just saying like they protecting Jalen Rose or Molly together because they dating. It's a fraternity, but they dating inside the fraternity. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? Because if it was Stephen A. Smith that did that, in my opinion, he would have been just fine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Stephen would have been fine. Like, they would not have fired him.
People would have made a comment, and I feel like if it would have got if it would have got blown out of proportion on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and all the social media platforms, ESPN would have second guessed it. They would have been like,
he said, she asked him a question. He answered, what's the problem? That's what I'm saying. Like, you asked me a question. You know what I'm saying? What are you, a cop? Jump. Don't jump. What? Boom.
See, that's the thing. Like, that's why I'm on the fence.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I get it.
No, I feel like I'm on the fence with this whole situation because it's like, I'm coming from LaVar Ball's perspective because he, like you said, that's just his character.
That's just him. He's just so extra and dramatic.
I never really liked him from. He was just doing too much.
Too much. Exactly. He's just doing too much.
I thought like that in the beginning. I was annoyed at him. Yeah. I didn't want him on ESPN. But now that I want him on ESPN, he's all for ESPN. How coincidence?
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Because I actually started liking him. You know what I'm saying? Because he started talking facts.
I feel like he's a person that got to grow on you.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, they should kick him off. Because there's a bunch of people that still do, crazy things out there.
They still
have their jobs paid and whatnot.
CNN.
That's a whole other topic for a whole other day.
Weinstein.
But I don't know how to take the situation because it's all a perception type kind of thing. So it's just it's how she perceived the message.
It's how ESPN perceived the message. Because, all right, she, when you think about it, we can switch gears for a minute. What in that sentence says sexual harassment?
Switching gears.
I mean, I guess.
So I can't even say that we're in the street now. Yo, can we switch gears a minute, shorty? There go that dude right there. He going to jail. What?
I think it's like I said, everybody's sensitive, and I feel like as you grow up, you start understanding like the little, terminology,
the little jabs that people,
Yeah, and sometimes these terminologies that are supposed to be normal done turn sexual real quick. 0 to 100.
That's because everybody too busy thinking about that. We wouldn't have this issue.
Yeah,
come on.
Sometimes, in some instance, I be like on the flip side, I'm like, you being serious.
Not to get into no conspiracy real here, but I'm gonna get into it anyway. But don't take it as a conspiracy.
I'm not.
That's what I got to say.
Oh.
I'm about to talk about a conspiracy. Do you get the joke? Like, switching gears, I'm about to talk about a conspiracy, but we're not talking
That wasn't it.
That wasn't it?
No.
All right, let's talk about the conspiracy. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, right, with all these black men that we known as black men, going to jail, documentaries, was this another prime example? Was they trying to make an example out of this brother?
I think so.
I could say yes. But then it's the flip side, because if they really wanted to make something, they would have picked on Jalen and Stephen A. Smith.
Why would they pick on Stephen A. Smith though?
But the thing about it, that's the question. This is where the whole like idea of like, I don't want to call him a coon, but people be.
I'm gonna say they probably pick and choose the black men that they want to bother.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know. To me, ESPN, whatever being said, ESPN overreacted in my opinion.
Yeah.
They overreacted. And I know how conservative ESPN is and how conservative those.
Like, we understand, like, you guys try to save your brand, but, like, I don't think he meant it
yeah.
Oh my God, she probably was being so dramatic.
It's a lot to take in with this.
Well, I mean, Jalen, I haven't really seen Jalen really, like, speak up on it a lot. So, Jalen is being modest about it.
I think because, like, when you start speaking on it, that means you have to continuously respond to it, if that makes sense. It's like, once you speak one time, you can't go quiet.
Yeah, you got to just keep going.
That's where, like, everything. Once you add fuel to the fire, now you got to sit here and roast your little marshmallows at it.
If I'm if I'm Jalen Rose, I'm not bothering with it. You know what I'm saying? He made a comment, but at the end of the day, I'm the one popping the molly.
Yeah.
That's what I got to say about
it. So it's like it's a lot. I mean, yeah, that's a lot to take in. That's a big pill to swallow.
But anyway, see, now you're throwing allegations on the man. Pill to swallow, pill, get it?
We're not throwing any.
Anyway, let's get into something else. O.J. Simpson, I want to touch on him. He made a Twitter account.
Wrong decision.
And his first post came one day before the 25th anniversary of the murders of Nicole Brown and Ron Goldman.
Worst decision of his life.
Listen,
no, it's not.
This guy been making worse decisions in his life, but this is another worst decision
that he's making. I was like, do he understand the type of cyberbullying he's gonna be receiving?
Oh, it's clips for him.
I already felt it. I was like, bruh, don't even do this to yourself. You do not want the smoke. Don't do it to yourself.
Listen, if I'm O.J. Simpson, and I've been, saying this in all my radio shows dealing with this brother. This brother got off for murder.
He did.
He should be in jail right now, rotting in there. Right? But, the 12 blind mice that was a jury or whatever, exonerated.
Did you see the O.J. Simpson story?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was an excellent documentary. That documentary was A1.
It was
I didn't
good
watch it.
with Cuba in it, but it doesn't. That's something else.
Are you talking about Cuba again?
Cuba was in it.
You in this Cuba?
He played O.J. Simpson in the O.J. Simpson.
Cuba Gooding.
I thought you were talking about Cuba, the state.
The country?
Yeah. I mean the country. My fault.
But I like the whole, like, they went through, like, that jury went through a lot. Sorry, y'all.
You're fine.
Listen,
that jury went through a lot.
As a jury, my job is, and it's funny I'm saying as a jury because I got jury duty next week, so I'm at to prepare myself for this. This is an excellent topic for me.
I didn't get the mail.
As a jury, right? Your job, somebody's life in your hands, or justice is in your hands.
Yep.
So you got to make I don't care what you're going through. I don't care whatever problems going at home or threats or whatever. You got to make the right decision.
Yeah.
And anybody saw, right? Anybody that had eyes saw that this brother was guilty.
Yeah. They was like finagling this whole. They was really like nitpicking with this situation. Like it was just like watching it unfold, and then it was like, okay, then yes, it don't look like he could have done it, but then it was just like out of nowhere, all of a sudden he was going to another state. I'm like, where does this evidence come from? Like, why is this now coming up like moments later? Like, if this was the case, you should have had all your ducks in a row, to present. Of course, like normally that doesn't happen. Like they don't have all their ducks in a row, but most of them should have been in a row. But then I was like, certain things started to pop up out of nowhere, and I was like.
And then he got off, right? We all know the story. He got off. Then he got in trouble again, trying to sell his memorabilia in a hotel in Las Vegas, and then got, you know, X and Y amount of years in prison for that. Yeah. So if I'm OJ, knowing that, you know, if I pass gas, I'm probably going to jail. Like, it's just that, like, you know,
that was funny.
If I'm him, he needs to go to a remote island somewhere and just stay off the radar. But there's some people like him, you know, there's other people, other prime examples. I'm not gonna bring their name up. They just have to stay in headlines. They just headline feeders. They have to be in the camp. If your life was always in the headlines, because he was famous. He was one of famous people of his like time.
He was at his prime.
Exactly. So some people, they just can't let it go.
But he needs to let it go. He needs to let it go because I'm like, you
he's
a whole ex-convict right now.
Exactly.
And people are still like, your case did not get thrown in the garbage. Like a lot of people still are remembering it.
We're still talking about it.
Exactly.
And we're talking about it right now.
Like Netflix he's playing with it. He wrote a book. If I did it, you remember that book on the murders?
I didn't know he was doing all of that. See, that's when you know it's just like you trying to prove yourself way too hard. Sit down now.
Like he's literally about to, you know, do something that's going to result in him, you know, spending the rest of his life in jail. To be honest with you,
I'm just like at the point where I was like,
how old is he?
He got to be like 60 something.
He's 70, 70 is right.
He's 70.
Let me look this up right now.
Honestly, he just needs to sit down. Like I feel like at a certain age, you do not need nobody's Twitter, Instagram.
Why he got a Twitter?
Like all the grandparents.
Not the brother is 71.
Some of the
71. Why do you need a Twitter? What?
He That's just wants to be like he's just doing way too much. I'm like, bruh, and then you started like after the 25th anniversary of like I think he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, of course he knew what he was doing. I mean, if he made a Twitter in the day before, he knew.
You're not gonna forget that whole time that you was sitting up in courts and all that. You gonna remember those days like it was yesterday. So I don't even want to hear it if he'd be like, well, I didn't remember. Da, da, da. You remembered because everybody remembered those prominent moments. First of all, it's plastered. It was plastered everywhere, and Netflix still has a constant reminder because they put it back on there. They put the OJ. It went off, and then I don't even know if they took it off. But I was watching it
when you brought up the OJ documentary. I thought you were talking about the other one, like on ESPN, the 30 for 31. They had a OJ Simpson.
Yeah, I knew about that one.
I was talking about the Netflix one because that was a 7-part series, and that was like 7 hours because it was like an hour each.
Yeah, I seen like 10 minutes of one part.
ESPN. Yeah, there was one on ESPN.
I'm thinking about rewatching it because it was good. It was good.
Nah, but like OJ's, like. This guy need to shut it off. Like he's literally, he got another chance at life, basically. You know what I'm saying? So he should
just might want to enjoy this freedom.
He should go and golf with all the white boys that he hang out with because, you know, he always claimed to be on their side. Go with them, John and Tommy and all that. Go golf and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And just go off the radar.
Like what Jay-Z said, still beat.
Yeah. Exactly. Or go to Cuba. How about that?
Maybe. Oh, my voice.
I want to get into
sorry.
I want to get into some hip hop right now.
Ooh, I'm enjoying
hip hop
this.
section.
I'm enjoying.
You know, we had a Cassidy versus Goodz rap battle last week. That dropped last week. It actually was aired before that, but it was dropped last week.
Oh
and a lot of us, you know, that was our first time getting to see this battle. Melanie, being that you follow battle rap, I want to know who you thought won this, and please give an answer. I don't ain't no tie. I want to know who you thought won this.
You're not gonna get a clear answer from me, and I'm about to tell you why you're not gonna get a clear answer from me. So, as a person that watches rap battles, I pay attention to a lot. I'm a person of rebuttals. I'm a person of, you know, your bars, and if I can understand your bars right then and there, like that was the thing. So I'm gonna talk about Goodz first. So I just felt like I was being biased the whole time because I'm a person that's really bad with this. If it's not Chef Trez or Arsenal, I don't want to talk to you. All right, that's just me. Those are my two favorite, hands down. You know, at me if you want to argue with me. But I love those two. Chef Trez, I've been following him since high school, so I'm now about to be in my end of my college career. So I've been on the Chef Trez for a minute. I've been on the Arsenal for a minute. So I'm just really biased with that whole thing. And this one took a long time because Cassidy and Goodz were supposed to come out in March. So I was already like irritated when I watched this. So that was one. Two, Goodz was I did feel like he had a very biased crowd. His crowd was very biased. Like, his crowd was only like a Goodz type of crowd. So it was just like everything Cassidy said, it was just like boo, whack, and I'm like, I can't even hear his rebuttal because y'all are mad loud. And then Goodz is like, yeah. So I was like, they was really tooting his horn a little bit too hard for me. So it just made it hard for me to enjoy him. So this is why I couldn't really side with him. And then with Cassidy, it was just like, granted, the crowd was, in my opinion, if you want to repeat a bar, it needs to be, you have to repeat it because it's good. Not repeat it so the crowd can get it. I've seen a couple of them when they was like, get it, and then people was like, alright. I'm like, if you got that late delay, I'm just like, forget the whole bar, like, just throw it in the trash at this point. And I feel like it was like a whole lot of those where he was repeating it because nobody was getting it. But he started to pick up the second round. His first round was real choppy. I was real like,
Who?
Cassidy's. His first round wasn't the best. I liked his second round better.
I think opposite, actually. I like Cassidy's first round. I thought Cassidy came out the gate. I mean, I thought it was, he was about to murk this dude at one point. He was like,
No,
he was aggressive.
He
came out and his delivery was on point to me.
No, delivery amazing.
But I thought the second round, I thought that was garbage. I was like, what? Like, what is he saying?
I think because the second round, I started to like, a lot of his rebuttals wasn't doing this. It was actually like hit me in my face. I was like, I get it. That was a good one. I started smiling. And I was like, that was a good one. Like, it was just, I couldn't. Like, it was just like Goodz just felt like he was too good. And I'm just like, as a battle rapper, like that whole, you gotta humble yourself. When you battle rap, you have to find a balance where you're like humble but yet aggressive. Do you get what I mean? So it's just
that
like,
makes sense. Like,
in a sense, it's just like, I know I'm good, but I'm about to give you this heat because I need to show you again how good I am. You know what I mean?
That
So
makes
it's just
sense.
like, you got to put the humble, like, you got to find a balance between humbleness and aggressiveness, and confidence all in the same thing. That's just how I feel. And I feel like with Goodz, he was cocky. It wasn't even confidence.
I mean, he had the whole crowd, but at the same time, Cassidy has the bigger fan base.
And
so.
if you realize, like,
You think about
when
that.
people have like a crowd or whatever, and they know they have them sometimes, especially in battle rap, they don't have to try with their bars. They don't have to try with their rebuttals because off rip they're gonna like it anyway, whether it's good or not. And his whole crowd was biased, and I hated it.
I do believe that did play a factor in a lot of people's decisions because I do know people, including my brother, who was into the battle rap community, that thought Goodz won the battle at the event, and then when he watched it, he thought he may lean towards Cassidy, which could be the home court advantage. Like you said, if somebody's saying a bar and everybody's like, then you thinking, it's a good
lit.
bar, like it's a good lit, and in the other ways where Cassidy is rapping. And then you hear that side, you hear crickets, it's...
And that's what was getting me mad about the crowd, because even on some of them, they was crickets. I was like, y'all, that was really a good one. I'm in my house like, y'all, that was a good one. Y'all can't even like, doubt that, but y'all only doubting that because you only here for Goodz. And that's one thing. I'm like, I want a rematch. I want to see a rematch between them two. I don't want the crowd to be biased at all. I need a mixture.
How about a no crowd?
I would say this.
I need
we
energy
need
from
the
them
crowd.
because they feed off the crowd. They really do feed
They
off the
do.
crowd. So you gotta know. Like, I've seen good rebuttals, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to use Chef Trez. So I seen a Chef Trez. I forgot who he was battling, and somebody broke out into a whole fight. Well, my God took that whole fight, made a whole rebuttal, and I was like, yo, only he could do, like, what? Like, you seen the whole fight break out, and you already got something to say off rip. He was like, yo,
that's
man,
good.
The crowd fighting, and he came back, boom. And I was like, you gotta, dang, he just kind of demolished you with a crowd fight, like, what? So it was just like, I can say that Cassidy did have some good bars. And he's a good lyricist, though.
I thought, all right, so this is how I saw it. Watching the 3 rounds, I gave the first round to Cassidy. Though he came out swinging, even though he was at a disadvantage with the crowd, he probably had
tried.
a game plan to
did.
come out swinging.
Yeah,
almost
did.
like it's football. You come out, you want to get the crowd out of it early. That was probably his game plan, and I thought that worked for him.
Yeah.
I gave him the first round. The second round for Cassidy, I thought it was garbage. I was like, what am I watching? It didn't make no sense to me. He was taking words that rhymed. But it didn't make sense, and it's almost like it's not a rap album, brother. It's a battle rap.
That's where sometimes they get confused.
And that's why I gave Goodz. I gave Goodz the second round. I thought Goodz did enough in that second round, to get that round. And then the third round where it became I who broke the tie, you know, I thought Cassidy's third round was better than the second, but not better than the first. And I thought
I think it was the third round. I'm kind of here for it. It was
because the second round, a lot of people didn't like the second round.
So it probably was the third round, but I was like in and out of it. Cause it was just too much. It was like rebuttals was going over my head. It was too biased, and I was like, you can't enjoy something. Cause I've never. This is my first time watching Goodz.
Me, I'm a ref.
You know,
I'm like a ref. I'm judging based on the balls coming out. Not because Tommy over here screaming his head off for Goodz.
I'm a person like sometimes like I watched it when the crowd would get rowdy, but they were starting to get disrespectful. It was like he's saying like Cassidy is really spitting his bars. They're like boo. I'm like I can't hear.
I'm gonna get an answer from her today. Watch. If you was a judge, referee, you know, if you was able to judge it, right?
I can't judge it because I'm biased.
If you was over there and had to judge it, you was getting paid to do that, and you had to come over there and answer. Oh my God. Who would you pick? Who you thought won that?
Try to like leave the audience out of it.
Leave the audience out of it. You had security, so if you picked Cassidy, you know the Goodz people won't come after you. You know. You had your security with you, but you had to choose.
So this is the thing, and this is why I'm gonna choose Cassidy, because like I said before, I think Goodz was too cocky. Like I just feel like he didn't want to try hard enough. I feel like I wanted more from him.
I thought he did enough to win it, and it's 2-1.
That's the thing. I don't like enough. I'm sorry, I don't like enough.
But Cassidy wasn't all that. Like
Cassidy, he wasn't all that.
The first round was good.
All right, so I'm judging based, like I said, it was a lot of rebuttals and a lot of comebacks that just did one of these. And I'm a person. If it ain't slapping me in my face, then that means it just wasn't good. It ain't and I'm a person that like sometimes it take a long time for things to like get at me. Mm-hmm. But my whole thing is I'm judged. I really just judged based upon like performance. Like his aggression was on point. His performance on point. He tried. Like he gave what he could give. Like he went out in the crowd and was like, whether y'all like me or not, I'm still gonna deliver. Mm-hmm. And that's the attitude I like. But I do feel like Goodz was just too cocky. I'm sorry.
I don't know. A lot of people split on this though.
I know. I seen it, and a
lot of people was split.
Honestly, I'm gonna. All right, so this is it. I'll make this promise to you. I'm gonna rewatch it. I'm gonna watch it fully through. I'm gonna blink out the audience, and I'm gonna come back with a final for sure answer, and I'm gonna come back with a better response.
I was expecting that today.
I mean, but the thing about it is, it's just like I watched it, and I'm not about to watch it like 10 million times, like. Now, no, I need some time to settle on this. Like rap, you can't just watch it back to back like that. You got to give it some time. You got to let these joints sit.
Got to keep watching it.
All right, so let's talk about the freshman class, the XXL Freshman Class. What y'all think about this? You have Rico Nasty, Blueface, the Baby, Little Mosey, Little Mousy,
yeah.
You know all these other dudes, man. That I never heard of some of them. I'm not even gonna lie. I came with Rowdy Rich.
Rudy. I'm sorry.
You want to read it? Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
You know a lot about these new artists better than
I mean, I don't really listen to. I've listened to Little Mousy before. Rico Nasty, I've heard from Rico. Megan, she's blowing up right now.
I was gonna say I'm just proud of Megan and the Baby.
The Baby is hot.
Yeah,
the Baby is hot.
And Gunna's up there. It took a long time.
YBN
Corday, I'm proud of him. I love Corday. Yeah.
I was reading comments on Facebook and they were like, why?
Why what?
Why YBN?
What do you mean? Yeah. Why that YBN?
Yeah.
No, that's no question about it. Corday is, I'm sorry, hands down better than Almighty J and what's his face? Yamir. What is his?
I don't know, but I just know that Corday is the goods.
He's
like
better.
He's good. Like you can actually listen to him and like, oh, that made sense.
Thank you.
That made sense.
Thank you.
Wow. And that was a little deep.
He's the only rapper that I allowed a diss track to come out, come from him towards J. Cole. I allowed that. I'm sorry, I don't allow.
You allowed it, so I had to get through you first. Like Melanie had to improve, and
for real. Like I enjoyed his. It wasn't like a diss track. It was a response. I like responses better. It was a response, and he made a whole lot of sense. Most people just do diss tracks or do responses and they just be like coming at people. But he was just like, yo, like, even though you said this in your song, like my response is the way we reacted, like the way we are like today is because of change. Like we're changing. Like y'all old heads just gotta accept the fact that we're changing. Like when the older heads came out, things is different from like when that next generation came out, and now the generations are just changing. Like y'all have to accept that.
I'm an old guy. I'm an old head guy. Even though I'm born in the midst, you know what I'm saying? I'm born in right before 2000. So I know.
All three of us is born right
I know a little bit of the past, and I know a lot about now, but I know enough of the past to know that the past was better than this.
No, I feel you. Like I'm at a point where I'm just trying to see where
like Wu-Tang Clan, Outkast, all them cats better than all these other dudes. But I would say this about the baby, as we got a minute left. This guy's hot right now. This guy's blowing up. He's knocking dudes out of shoes. I mean, it's getting crazy for this dude. This dude is just doing it all right now.
I think it's because his marketing skills is way up there. Nobody can compare on his marketing skills. Like off rip, homeboy marketing skills is. I need to take some notes from him. Like for real.
Especially because you want to be in that field. There was a point that I wanted to bring up, but we might have to save that for next week.
It's fine.
You know what?
It's fine.
About the Lavar Ball situation, real quick, touching it. You work in sports. I wanted to bring that up. And you around football players and males all the time. What is your experience like? And how would you would have took that if that was...
Honestly, I would have let it fly. Men are always going to be men. Especially when there's a female in the room. Like, they always... Something about the female aura changes up their, perception about things. And it's just like... They're always going to say things. Especially if you, like... To me, like, I kind of, like, allow it. Because just, like, I don't... really I'm not that sensitive when it comes, especially like in the sport atmosphere. Like I'm not going to be that sensitive because automatically to me, I think men are aggressive. So it's just like, all right, they're going to be aggressive. So I'm just to let them be. But like if a female like me, if I'm going to allow it, then they're just going to say anything they want. And it's just like, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, he said this, he said that. No, I'm just going to be like, you're a guy and that's how you guys are. Now, if you get touchy-feely, that's where you draw the line. Like sometimes you just gotta draw the line, and it's just like if they see that you can handle like maybe like little hits and jabs, they're gonna be like, all right, like she's strong enough. I don't think I'm gonna touch her though, because she might,
she might
do
Jackie Chan on you.
You feel me? But it's just like with me, to be honest, I don't really be caring as long as you don't touch me and you don't say really no crazy stuff. Like don't wild out with it. But the little jabs here and there, like. They don't see females like that. So it's just like, oh my God, a female's in the room. Let me just try to show off a bit. It's just like, I didn't really care.
15 seconds. All right, the BET Awards is this Sunday. Who you looking forward to the most? What's
Her.
I'm sorry, I'm looking forward to the Nipsey Hussle.
Hello,
tribute.
me too. The Nipsey Hussle tribute with
no,
John
that
Legend,
too, but her.
John Legend and DJ
honestly,
Khaled.
I don't know if YG's performing, but I'm here for YG. He's my husband.
True,
I'm just
that too.
playing.
I want to see Meek Mill. He had a strong performance last year.
Yes,
Definitely
Meek
wanna see
Mill.
that.
Yeah, I'm not really like a big fan, but I'm
Nah, last
happy.
year's performance bomb. He needs another same energy.
Next week, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back on What's Your Ground Like podcast. This was episode 3. We'll be back for episode 4. Follow S Street Media Instagram at S_Street Media, S_Street Media. Our Instagram pages WYGL _podcast. And if you like what you heard, like the video when it drops, subscribe, do all that good stuff.
keep listening.
And we'll be back. The Real Little Show will be up next.
What's up, y'all? We would like to thank you guys for tuning into this week's What's Your Ground Like podcast. Head over to YouTube and make sure you subscribe to The Real Little TV for more videos to come. Also, in order to receive more updates, go over to Instagram and follow What's Your Ground Like at WYGL _podcast on the gram. And for business inquiries, please DM us what your grind is going to be. Stay tuned for guest appearances and juicy topics that will be coming to you weekly.